Shalom, Yasharal, all praises and esteem to the Most High, Yahuwah. So, I have some questions that I wrote down, so I'm looking at my notes. I have some questions for my brothers and sisters of Yasharal that are truly Yasharal. These are some questions for those who believe in this idea that is false, that anybody can spiritually become Yasharal, us. I got some questions you can ask yourself. You don't have to answer to me. You don't have to answer in the comments, but these are just questions that you have to ask yourself if you truly believe that other nations outside of Yasharal can now spiritually become us, okay? Because we got to look at Yahuwah's word. We have to go by Yahuwah's word, not what we heard somebody say, and not what we want it to be, and not what we think it is. We got to go with what Yahuwah said, okay? So when you look at his word, it's going to tell you what you need to know. Okay, so I wrote down some questions that you can ask yourself. So the first question I got is, where in Torah does Yahuwah redefine Yasharal as a belief system rather than the seed of Jacob? Next question. Why are tribes, inheritances, and land allotments recorded by genealogy if identity is spiritual? Why does scripture always distinguish between Yasharal and the other nations? Where does Yahuwah in the scriptures ever say he is transferring covenant identity to other nations? Why do regathering and the second Exodus prophecies speak only to Yasharal? This is in scriptures, Yoram Yahu, chapter 31, Ezekiel, Yakazakal, chapter 36 through 37. Read it. It's in there. If identity changed, why does Revelation still name the 12 tribes? Revelation chapter 7, verses 4 through 8. Next question. Why does Hamashiach, the Messiah, Yahusha, come through the tribe of Yahudah if a lineage is irrelevant? So these are the final questions that I have, and we're almost done here. Which curses did spiritual Yasharal partake in? Because the curses were only given to Yasharal and their seed. The scattering among the nations, that was a part of the curse. The loss of identity and remembrance, placing us under a slumber, was part of the curse. Captivity, which we are still in, Yasharal is still in captivity. Oppression, generational suffering tied to covenant disobedience. These are curses that were only placed upon Yasharal due to Yasharal's disobedience. So I think that's all the questions that I have for you. Now, honestly answer these questions to yourself and ask yourself, does spiritual Yasharal even align with Yahuwah's word? Because there's nowhere in Yahuwah's word that he talks about Yasharal becoming something that people can spiritually just become. It's always been about a bloodline. It's always been about a seed. Okay, so we cannot People cannot claim Yasharal's covenant promises, inheritances when they never were given to them. And another thing is, last question. This is a bonus question. I just thought of this. If the so-called spiritual Yasharal, right? If they were told that they would have to spiritually partake in them curses that Yasharal had to partake in, I wonder, would they spiritually want to become us still if they had to go through those same exact curses that we had to go through? I don't think they would be trying to spiritually become us. But ask yourself that. Scripture never redefines Yasharal. It preserves us as a people scattered, disciplined, with a promise of restoration from the Most High, Yahuwah. Yahuwah is gathering His children. His children. Those that have the ears to hear, let them hear. So I hope that this was edifying to whoever Yahuwah allows to see this post. All praises and esteem to the Most High Yahuwah. Haba'ata, Yasharal, Shalom and Baraka, Yada Yahuwah, Shalom.